Hello friends, welcome to my channel Zoology Club. This is our 12th question of this chapter. The question is silk reeling method. This is a very important topic of this chapter. Reeling involves following preliminary steps. Stifling. Stifling is the process of killing pupae inside the cocoon without breaking the silk filament. This is generally done by sun drying, steam stifling, and hot air conditioning. Sorting of cocoons. The defective cocoons like double cocoons, crushed or stained cocoons, flossy cocoons, etc. are sorted out and finally eliminated. Deflossing. Tangled mass of silk filament is removed by a process known as deflossing. Cocoon cooking. The silk babes remain glued together by the sericin in the cocoon. This is done by boiling the cocoons in water, a process known as cocoon cooking. Brushing. After cooking the cocoons, they are brushed to remove the floss layer. Reeling operations. Reeling, the process of unwinding of the filament from the cooked and brushed cocoons with the help of reeling machines. As the filament of a single cocoon is very thin, filaments from 4 to 5 bivoltine cocoons or 6 to 7 multivoltine cocoons are combined together for reeling silk. This is the picture of silk reeling. There are two methods of silk reeling. This is our 13th question of this chapter. Our chapter name is Sericulture and the question is difference between Chorka and cottage basin reeling technology. Reeling end formation. Depending on the production of the silk, the necessary number of cocoons are collected and passed through the guide eye of a threader. Interweaving. The babes must be intertwined or twisted by a special device called crozier so that fibers does not break during the process. In India, two types of crozier are generally used. The first type is chambon type and the second type is travellet type. This is the picture of two types of crozier. The first type is travellet type of crozier and the second type is chambon type of crozier. Please take a screenshot of this picture. Next, reeling appliances. The twisted threads are dried fast to avoid their sticking with each other and reeled through chorka or cottage basin or villager basin. Reeling can be done by three systems. The first type of reeling is chorka reeling. In this manually operated system, inferior quality or defective cocoons are reeled. Here, cooking and reeling are done in one basin. Following cooking at high temperature, the softened cocoons float in basin. The reeling ends are then taken out from 4 to 5 cocoons and twisted around themselves with the help of chorka reel to make uniform thread. Chorka reeling machine is traditionally homemade and used mainly in villages for small-scale silk production. It uses chembon type of simple crochet where threads from two reeling ends are intertwined to form few spirals. So, the silk reeled by Chorka is of poor quality. This is the picture of Chorka reeling in village industry. Next type of system is cottage basin system. In this system, cooking and reeling are done separately. So, this is a difference between Chorka reeling system and cottage basin system, because in case of Chorka reeling system, there cooking and reeling are done in a same basin, but here cooking and reeling are done separately. Boiling water basin is used for cooking, while reeling is done in a hot water basin kept near the cooking basin in case of cottage basin system. Cottage basin reeling machine uses traveled crochet, but in case of Chorka reeling machine, there uses chembon type of crochet. So it is also a difference between Chorka basin system and cottage basin system. Cottage basin system consists of 3 pulleys to enable the thread to intertwine around itself and also better removal of water and gum spots from the thread. Cottage basin is also attached with traverse or distributor, which is a modified hot rod. After being squeezed by the crocheter, the thread is further dried as it passes on the traverse before reaching the reel. So, cottage basin yields silk of good quality with uniform thickness. This is also a difference between cottage basin system and Chorka system, because in case of Chorka system, there yields silk of poor quality. In India, as much as 806 tons silks are produced by 4000 cottage basin system. This is the picture of cottage basin. Next system of reeling is filager system. In this power-driven multi-end reeling device, cooking and reeling are done separately. It is a similarities between cottage basin system and filager system. It is a modern device where continuous reeling is done from cocoons of superior quality. The silk produced by filager is also of superior quality because of increased cleanliness and uniformity in thickness of the fiber. This is the picture of filager system of reeling. This is our next question of this chapter. Our question is diseases of silkworm. This is a very important chapter and this is a very important topic also. So let's start. First type of disease is maggot disease caused by Tricholiga sorbilans. The presence of milky white cylindrical eggs on the skin of silkworm larvae is a symptom of this disease. After 30 to 40 hours of egg laying, maggot is formed inside the egg shell and maggot makes a hole on the ventral side of the egg shell on the skin of the silkworm. Then maggot penetrates into the body of silkworm and starts eating the tissue of larvae, and a big black mole is formed on the part of the skin. This is the picture of the silkworm which is affected by maggot disease. Next, control of maggot disease. A number of enemies like parasitic insects, fungi, etc. are known to control the growth of T. sorbilans, and for the prevention of this disease, nets are fixed around the windows of the rearing room of silkworm. Next type of disease is pebrine disease. This is caused by Nosema bombycis nageli. The infection takes place through the mouth of the larvae at the time of feeding or through the mother's ovary. When new spores are formed in the tissue of alimentary canal of silkworm, they are discharged with the feces and make a source of infection. They are distributed various parts of the body, and when the hypoderm is attacked, its cells die and the affected part becomes black. Next, symptoms of pebrine disease. White spots or marks are observed on the silk gland on the surface of the alimentary canal. This is the picture of this diseased worm. Prevention or control of pebrine disease. Examination of mother moths, removal and disinfection of pebrine germs, care or rearing of silkworm. Next type of disease is polyhydrosis in silkworm. There are few types of polyhydrosis found in silkworm. The first type is nuclear polyhedrosis, caused by a kind of virus which form polyhedra in the nuclei of the cells of fatty tissue, dermal tissue and blood corpuscles. The polyhedra forms the white pus after they are released into the body fluid. The larvae infected by the viruses become inactive. The membrane of the larva swell up, then the whole body swell up and showing the loose skin, and finally the body becomes purulent and the skin becomes tender, from which pus leaks out. This is the picture of this diseased worm. Next, prevention of polyhedrosis. The highly nutritive mulberry leaves should be given sufficiently to the infant's larvae. The fresh air should be circulated in the rearing room. The high temperature, low temperature and high moisture content should be avoided during the infant stages to maintain good health. The diseased larvae or dead bodies should be removed, and the room should be disinfected completely by 2% formalin. Next type of polyhedrosis is intestinal cytoplasmic polyhedrosis. The polyhedra of this disease contains plenty of virus, and the infected cells of midgut rupture and polyhedra released into the gut. Thus, feces excreted becomes whitish containing plenty of polyhedra. Symptoms of intestinal cytoplasmic polyhedrosis. There occurs translucent cephalothorax and shrinkage of body size. Intestinal nuclear polyhedrosis. This is another type of polyhedrosis. Symptoms are likely nuclear polyhedrosis, and diarrhea are the special symptoms of these diseases also. Next type of disease is Flachery disease. Infectious Flachery disease caused by a kind of virus. Symptoms: loss of appetite, translucent cephalothorax, vomiting and diarrhea is also found. Next type of disease is gastric injury. This is caused by physiological disturbance of silkworm due to supply of bad quality of mulberry leaves, and infection in the gastric cavity takes place. This is the picture of the diseased worm. Next type of disease is green muscardine. In the beginning stage, a big black spot is observed on the ventral side. The virus spreads throughout the body and the larvae do not molt, and at the first stage body becomes soft but finally acquires green color and the body get hard and finally die. This is the picture of the diseased worm. The link of the rest videos of this chapter are provided in description box. Those who have not watched my previous video about this chapter may check the links mentioned in the description box. To get more videos made by me, be connected with my channel, so please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon. Please share this video with your friends and please like this video. Thank you.